Okay, welcome back to Mountain Time Story Time here at the Moore Mountainic Empire. Now, if you recall the other day, the librarian was totally shocked whenever the Herdmans came in and said that they wanted a library card so they could learn, of all people, Jesus. That totally shocked her. I think it was just the fact that they wanted library cards, but then again, I think it was also the fact that they said they wanted to learn about Jesus. That's when that's when Ralph butted in and said, no, we wanted to learn about Herod because they wanted to know why he was going out trying to kill everybody. So then, at that point, Ralph says, it wasn't just Jesus that he was after. No, he killed all these other kind of people as well. And then, Imogene found out that he killed his own wife. So, well, he died, didn't he? Somebody had said. Maybe he died a horrible death. What did he die from? Ralph decided to tell him that, I don't know. Maybe he died of the flu, I guess. I don't know. They were so mad about it that I thought they might just quit the pageant. But no, they didn't. Not then or ever. And all the people who kept going, who were hoping that the Herdmans would finally just get bored and leave, they were out of luck. And then they showed up at every rehearsal, right on time, and did just what they were supposed to do. So the chances of them quitting this mess was just not happening. They were still Herdmans, though, and there was at least one person who wouldn't let us forget that. That was Alice Wendelkin. You know, the little girl who always had a notepad with her everywhere, and she was writing stuff down to go back and tell her mom. Yeah, that little girl. Well, it's none of your business, she says. Well, it's none of her business either. But why was she writing down everything? What she wrote was that Gladys Herdman had drank communion wine in one of the rooms. It isn't wine, I said. It's grape juice. I don't care what it is. She drinks it. I've seen her drink it at least 3 times, and her mouth is all purple. They steal crayons from the Sunday school covers. And if you shake the little happy birthday bank over there in the Sunday school room, it doesn't make a sound. They stole all the pennies out of it. I was amazed at Alice. Just who thinks up to go into the Sunday school room and shake the happy birthday bank? Who comes up with these ideas? Well, and every time you go into the bathroom, the girls' bathroom, the thing is full of cigar smoke. It's all blue in there. And there sits Imogene Herdman dressed as Mary, smoking up on cigars. Alice wrote all these things down in her little pad and how many times each thing happened. I don't know why, unless it just made her feel good to see in black and white just how awful they were. But we already knew all the stuff that they did. Since none of the Herdmans had ever gone to church or Sunday school or read the Bible or anything, they didn't know how things were supposed to be. Imogene, for instance, didn't know that Mary was supposed to be acted out in one certain way, kind of, quiet and dreamy, that kind of thing, a little bit out of this world. The way Imogene did it, Mary was a lot like Miss Santora down there at the pizza place. And she was a big old lady. Well, she had a skinny husband and 9 children that she yelled at and hollered at, and then she hugged them all around and slapped them all around too. That's how Imogene's Mary was. She was loud and bossy. Get away from that baby, she would yell to Ralph. And then Ralph, of course, who was playing Joseph. And then she made the wise men keep your distance. The wise men were sent here to honor the Christ child, Imogene. That's what my mom had said. For the 10th time. They don't mean to have harm, for heaven's sake. But you know what? The wise men didn't know how things were supposed to be either, and nobody blamed Imogene for shoving them out of the way. You got the feeling that these wise men might be going to hustle back the Herod as fast as they could and squill out the baby just out of pure meanness. They thought about it too. They sure did. What if we don't go back? What if we didn't go home another way? Leroy had asked. What if we went back to the king and told on the baby? Where he was and everything. What would happen if we did that? He would have murdered him, Ralph had said. Old Herod would have murdered him. He would not, Imogene said, with fire in her eye. And since the Herdmans fought one another just as fast as they fought everybody else, Mama had to step in and settle everybody down. I thought about it later, though, and decided that if Herod, a king, set out to murder Jesus, a carpenter's baby son, he would surely find some way to do it. So when Leroy had said, what if we went back and told on the baby, it really gave you something to think about. No Jesus. Ever. I don't know whether anybody else had got this flash. Alice Windlekin, for one, didn't. She's too busy writing on her little paper over there. I don't think it's right to be talking about the baby Jesus being murdered, she said, stitching her lips together and looking all sour like she's been doing. That was one more thing that she wrote down on her little paper to show her mom. That and the fact of all the other things that they did. They smoked, they stole, and everything else. I think she kept hoping that they would just do one great big sinful act and Mama would just kick them on out of the pageant. But you know what? Who knows? Be sure and tell your mother, Alice had said, that I can step in and be Mary any time she needs me to. She told me as we stood in the back row of the angel choir, and if I'm Mary, we can get the Perkins baby to play baby Jesus. But the Perkins, they will not let Imogene Herman put her hands on that baby. The Perkins baby would have been a good choice for Jesus, and even Alice knew it. But the way things stood, we didn't even have a baby to have for baby Jesus, and this really bothered my mom, because you can't very well have a best Christmas pageant in history with the chief character missing. How's that going to work out? We had lots of babies that were offered at the beginning, but once they found out that Imogene Herman was going to be married, yeah, the mamas withdrew them babies. That wasn't going to happen. All the way down from Imogene Sloper, who was so new, he was still red, all the way up to Junior Caudle, who was almost 4. His mama said that he could scrunch up. Really now? Come on. But when all these mothers found out that the Herdmans were in there, they withdrew their babies. Mama had called everybody she knew trying to scratch up a baby somewhere, but the closest she came was Bernice Watrons, who kept fostering babies, but, you know, she got one baby, but it was adopted 2 weeks before the Christmas pageant, so that baby was out. So we didn't feel right about asking us to borrow her baby so close to, you know, after them being adopted out. Listen, Imogene said, I'll get us a baby. Don't you worry about that. And how will you do that? Mother had said. I'll steal one. They got them all the time over there, down there in the baby carriages out there at the A&P supermarket. Oh, Imogene, don't be ridiculous. You can't just walk off with someone else's baby, you know. And I doubt that Imogene did know that. She probably didn't have a clue. She walked out with everything else. We just won't worry about it anymore. We'll use a baby doll. That'll be better anyway. Imogene looked pleased because her thought was great. A baby doll can't bite you. Which went to prove that the Herdmans started out mean right from the cradle. And that's where we stopped today.